Vinny and Alex.
Hello, Abby.
Hey, Abby.
Hi, please call me King Abby. Actually,
Okay.
don't. Call me King Evan, because I'm this little boy who's a king.
Hi, King Evan.
Are the ears his crown?
No, they're
Is-
part of his body.
It's a tailless crown.
No. It's
Loving the bangs.
part of his butt.
Gotta say, it's a good haircut.
Yeah, I agree.
Is there a name for the haircut where it's like longer in the front and does kind of like the sides are a little bit longer but goes up behind the neck?
Oh, like what that mom from that had 8 kids had.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like the Texas soccer mom look.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. I don't know.
I think it's a
dig it.
bob, I think is the
All
term
right.
for it. A bob.
Anyway, what's wrong with your little star thing on the ground?
This guy? This is my kingmaker.
Oh.
Okay, so let's give a little bit of backstory.
Let's talk about what game this is first.
This is Ni no Kuni 2.
Okay.
Good
All right.
plan. Ni no Kuni 2. So if y'all have played the first Ni no Kuni, this is the second Ni no Kuni. It's loosely related in the sense that it's sort of a same world. You have these kind of warring tribes going on still with the rats and like the dogs or something.
The cats.
The cats, something like that. Yes. And then it's, I think, set like a few hundred years after the original, but it's more just like tonally similar, if that makes
Okay.
sense. Yeah.
So Ni no Kuni 1, from my understanding and what Wikipedia wants to tell me, is that it was collaboration with Studio Ghibli.
Yes.
Ghibli. But this not as much.
Right. Yes. So I can definitely tell a tonal difference. And if you remember playing in the first one, a lot of the cutscenes were done in the traditional kind of hand-done animation style, and these are done in the sort of 3D.
Like in engine.
Yes.
Or
Okay.
at least the aesthetic they're going for is
Yeah, the
different.
aesthetic is,
Okay.
well, I mean, I'd say the aesthetic is the same in the sense of like the character designs are very Ghibli still. But some of the tonal stuff I find is less Ghibli. Like this is the main guy that you kind of start with, and he feels very anime in a way that's not so Ghibli.
Okay.
They put him in kind of more Ghibli clothes, but
Good
look
coat.
at that ponytail.
I
Good
want
coat.
some Ghibli clothes. All right, Abby, what's going on?
Okay, so I am a king, and I was the king of, I believe, Ding Dong Dell.
Okay, that's what my dad used to say to me.
And then
What am I, the king of Ding Dong Dell? Go clean your room.
there was a coup,
Oh no.
and the mouses overtook.
Okay.
So now I'm making my own kingdom. I'm going out in the world, and I'm making my own kingdom. This is my kingmaker.
So you were part of the coup?
I got... So
you got cooed.
I got cooed.
You got coup.
And this guy's my advisor. He comes from the modern world.
Are you not a mouse?
I'm not a mouse. I'm
You're
a
like a
cat
cat.
boy.
Oh, you're a cat. Okay, boy.
This is a game for furries.
Okay.
This is a guy I met along the way. He's like a sky pirate.
Okay.
This girl's also a sky pirate. She's pretty cool.
Okay.
Let's go. So right now, I'm still pretty early on in my kinging. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of kingdom I want it to be. So
Oh
this
wow!
is my
Look
kingdom.
at this overworld.
I'm gonna say
thing.
ruthless dictatorship.
Good call. Yes. But I'm gonna go study some stuff up in the library. That's the mission I'm currently on. But anyway, this is my kingdom. We'll explore this more a bit later on. But for now, let's go to the library.
The most exciting place to go.
Yes.
I like libraries.
Who doesn't?
What's going on there? He's backwards.
Yes, that's his tail.
Yes.
Gotcha.
That's not a dingus.
It's not a Ding Dong Dell.
No, it's
okay.
not.
No.
Oh, this is an overworld. map.
Yes.
Yeah, it
Okay.
So this is very similar to the other overworld. Although before you were fighting with familiars, and the combat is much different in Ni no Kuni 2. So I'll go show you. Let's go fight this Whamster. And I'll be fighting as Evan, but I can swap through. So this is me running around, and I'm actually fighting stuff.
So
It's less of the turn-based kind of fighting in the other one.
I'm not very familiar with Ni no Kuni. I am more of like Ni no Kuni is one of those games that I feel like, oh, I should have played this and I never did.
Sure.
Watched Brad play some, so I don't really know that much about it.
Yeah,
it was turn-based.
A bit. So in the first Ni no Kuni, you had familiars, which were sort of like Pokemon that you would collect along the way, and they would kind of fight for you.
Okay.
So in this game, you don't have familiars, but you have these Higgledees, which are sort of like your familiars, but they do less of the fighting for you. I'll show you more in some of the fighting later
Do they
on,
fight
but,
Higgledees?
I wish. Also, what's a Higgledie?
It's the thing you say after Higgledie.
Okay, yeah, you're good call.
As in, things have gone all higgledy-piggledy.
Oh,
Yes.
there we go. Yes, I get it now.
It's one of those phrases the kids love.
But I find these along the journey. There are these rocks that I give items to, and then they usually give me a Higgledie. if I get it right. A lot of the names in this game are really fucking stupid.
A lot of them all
in
just
a fun,
sounds like
whimsical
metaphor
way,
for
but-
like private parts or something. Like got
see.
kicked in the Ding Dong Dell, got kicked in the Higgledie, and also got kicked in the, what was the thing you just found? The Wakapaj?
What?
What was the thing you just
the
found?
Whamstered.
Yeah, I got kicked in the Whamstered.
I got Whamstered in my Higgledie.
Well, we've got Whiff Waff the Wafty, who is clearly a whapper.
Yes. So these are my Higgledees. They fight for me. They have special moves which you can go through, and you can only have 4 at a time. And depending on, all of mine are relatively low level.
Okay.
But depending on how many you have, there's a cost to it. So let's say this one is worth like 7. I could only have. It can only equal to 10 number of points.
Okay.
Basically. It's all kind of complicated, but not really. It's pretty simple. If that makes sense.
Okay.
No,
no.
actually, no, that did make sense.
This has
Yes.
gone all higgledy-piggledy.
It's like hard to explain, but like when
Yes.
you're playing it, it's fine.
Yeah.
So I can have 3 people in my fighting party.
Okay. What is that called?
My party.
What? No.
Yes.
Your Scaramouche.
I don't know. But I don't like Roland, so I keep him out of it. But
Okay.
sometimes somebody will faint or something, and I'll throw him in there. And I can adjust their equipment and skills. So he has swords, and there's some magic to them too. And then they usually have one ranged weapon, and then some clothing with like some jewels to wear that adjust their
Sure.
magic or adjust their
Equipment.
fighting. Yeah, general equipment stuff. It doesn't actually change the way they look.
Boo.
I know, I agree. I want to have them in fun outfits, but fortunately not.
But the weapons will change?
The
It looks
weapons
like
will
as you're
change.
cycling
Yes.
through. Okay, I'll Google
Yes,
that.
and I'll show you more in the combat. The last fight was really short, but there's a bit to the combat in the sense of switching between these weapons.
Okay.
And as you can see,
yeah.
everybody has the different kind of weapons. He's like a hammer axe
Yeah.
guy. She's a spear lady.
Yep.
He's swords. He's also swords. Okay, so this is one of the things that I don't love about
And
the
a gun.
game is this character. I think he's fine now that I'm getting into it, but in the beginning, there's some like tonal stuff that I don't love. Where he has like a modern day pistol in this weird world, and he's like shooting stuff in a way that's like
You want his
very out of place.
weird diesel punk, steampunk.
Like they
Yeah.
just jammed a little persona in there just
Exactly.
to have it.
Yes, where it's like, oh, I'm fighting this magical thing. What are we gonna do? And then he pulls out a pistol and
Here's
shoots
my
it in the
Glock.
I've got
eye.
1911. I'll just
Yeah.
yeah,
It's very strange. Anyway,
shred him.
Glock beats magic.
yes. So this is another thing that I'm still pretty new on with the fighting, where you have these tactics, which was basically like, oh, I want to fight. I'm going to be fighting a big slimy dude later, so
Yeah.
I want to up my sliminess, or I want to up my
Wait.
solidity. This is how they describe some of the
Boost
monsters.
against. It really does just say boost against slimy or solid body foes.
Yes.
Okay, these are things that you've come across to be like,
Yes.
yeah, I get this.
These are types.
All
And
right.
like for the most part, it's not going to matter that much. It's usually like a big swarm of like a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
But occasionally you'll fight like one huge guy. I want to be prepared for this big battle, so I'm going to up my sliminess.
But you can do this anytime you want. You
I
don't,
can do
you don't
this
have to
whenever.
put points into here.
I do have to put battle points into here, but you can see I have 6 battle points up at the top.
Yeah.
But once I already have them in, I can move it how I want.
Okay, you can reclaim them and
Yes,
juggle them
yeah.
around where you want. Oh, that's neat.
And there's
So-
some other stuff of like, oh, I want more XP versus gold, or I
Always
want
get
more
the
equipment.
XP.
Yeah, totally.
And do you have like dungeons that are like, this is a slime dungeon, like that you're gonna be going in, or this is Slime Town? I'm
I
always-
haven't really noticed that so much.
Okay, it's just so far your example of just like, I know I'm gonna be fighting a big boss.
Right. Like there are certain areas where it's like this is a big monster that you can fight. It's sort of like, I think they call it like a bounty. And it's going to be a hard fight, and you know it's one slimy dude
And
versus
you're gonna
like a
stumble
bunch
across it at some point.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
So anyway, let's keep going. I will fight some more stuff. So
Can't do
we
that
need to go this way.
in the battle, I assume, right? The tactics. You have to do it before.
I don't think so. Yeah,
Okay.
you have like a very limited menu system in the battle.
You want to go fight Grim Chilla?
We could fight one more dude. There are also these things, which I'll show you later. These are like skirmishes, which is another kind of like overworld fighting system. This game definitely added a lot in terms of all the
Whoa.
different ways to fight stuff. Let's fight this big dude so I can show you the combat.
Manticore, sure.
I will say one of the few things I do remember about the first game, which I played some of, but not a great deal, was that I found the combat very monotonous.
Yes, I really enjoy the combat. I find it very satisfying
In this
and just
or
fun. In this
this?
game,
Yeah.
yeah.
How'd you find it in Ni no Kuni 1?
I enjoyed it, and then it became a grind, and I
Okay.
didn't want to keep
I
doing
think
it.
Brad had a similar.
Yes. Okay, they're gonna fucking kill this dude, but if you see right now, all my swords are at 100%, which is my zing level. So I can lower my zing. I'm gonna do a big magic move. Okay, I totally missed him. I whiffed a little bit on that one.
Lower
But now
all zing.
it's at 0%.
Gotcha. It's like your super.
Sort of. It's basically like when I'm fighting, my swords, I want them to be at 100% when I'm using them. But as you can see, while I'm fighting this dude, the other one is going up. The one that I'm not using.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not understanding that. So the one you're not using is charging as you hit?
Yes, I think the ones you do use will also charge while you hit them,
It was tough
but
to
it's
tell 'cause it was
generally
at 100.
best to use the ones that
So
are...
you were hot swapping weapons while you're there.
Yes, I was doing that.
And then
yeah.
you can just unload those zings if you have them all charged up one
Yeah.
at a time?
You only have a certain amount of magic, so even if it's fully charged, you might not. But you want to
two
have...
different
You still
meters.
want it to have high zing even when you're fighting stuff.
Let me watch again.
Yeah. Also, I'll try to use the Higgledees during this. You can see them kind of ask for me to help fight with them.
So is your health really low, or you have the
Oh,
little
yeah, wow, my
gems?
health was low.
Okay. Oh, geez,
I wasn't
guy.
paying attention.
All right.
Here we go.
Are you direct controlling this Higgledie?
Yes. All right, this is not a Higgledie.
That's a man
I'm
Yes.
sorry.
with a hammer.
Yeah. But see, all my zing is really low now. And like, I could still do the magic stuff, but it's not going to be as effective.
Can you only have 3 weapons to cycle between?
Yes.
So you
And
put-
then you have your long distance one as well. So see, they're like, let me do my magic move. So I hit X, they do their move. It's over anyway, but it would have been cool if I had enemies out.
Are the gems above your health, your magic meter?
Yes.
The little
Yeah,
hexagons?
and those go up the more like melee you do basically, or just more non-magical fighting you do.
Okay.
So I'm gonna revive Evan here.
Oh, Evan. But I'm a king.
Okay. Great.
There you go.
Okay, back to business.
Gotta
All
get
right.
to that library.
Yes. So that's the combat, and we're just gonna fast travel over there.
You can?
Yes.
Did you have to find the fast travel
So you
point
have to
first?
find the fast travel points, which is fine. They're pretty regular, so it's not difficult, especially in these like major cities. So you have to go to this major city and go to the inn.
Seems like a good sized world.
Yeah, it is.
Whoa, look
lots
at
of
this
exploring
place.
to do. And it's still, the same kind of overworld thing where it's like sometimes fine to fight that stuff, but sometimes it's also like, okay, I just need to get where I'm going.
Do you
Like,
get any things that are like, at some point you become high enough level where the overall things aren't going to keep attacking you?
Yeah, sometimes they won't be aggressive
Yeah.
if they know you'll kick their ass.
Yeah.
But it's also not that hard to run from them for the most part. It doesn't take that long.
But there's no auto fight, like, hey, this level 1 thing, you just beat it.
No,
All right.
not as far as I've seen at least.
Look at these guys. This is a cool
I
little
know.
town.
This is a cool town. I like the way this town
How
looks
come?
alive.
All right, well, this must be in the story,
What
but
can I do for you today?
are these like wolves?
It's a game for furries. That's
But
all
we
I'll say.
mentioned
I
that.
don't know.
But is there
They're
like
wolf people.
It's
But-
like a whimsical little city.
okay? But there are people that have ears, and then there are just straight up anthropomorphic animals.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think he is like a mix. I think his like mom was one, his dad
Gotcha.
was another kind
Okay.
of thing. Anyway, so you can see on the little mini map, I have these exclamation points, and these are like side quests. So I have this lady here. We'll talk to
Okay.
her. Also, people know that he fled, so a lot of them think he's dead.
Oh, but they're happy that he's not.
Yes.
Is there much voice acting?
In some of the cutscenes there is, but I would say all in all, it's a lot of like, oh, I'm gonna be like, excuse me, and then
Right.
like you'll read all of his text.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
The probably the one thing I do remember from Ni no Kuni 1 was the really good voice acting from the little buddy.
Yeah, the Welsh Canadian
Yeah.
dude who was
Who
voicing
was-
that character.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. I would say the voice acting is still pretty good. Sometimes the writing is so earnest that it's like, okay.
A little corny.
But yeah, it's like kids being like, well, just imagine and your dreams will come true.
Oh, sure.
Which is fine.
I mean, I'll
Um,
take painful earnestness over like dark cynicism or whatever.
Yes, totally.
I don't know.
In
Depends what-
this environment, I will.
Yes.
Why even bother? The world's gonna end anyway. Aren't we all puppets?
So a lot of the side quests are getting people into your town. So you're trying to build this kingdom and you're trying to recruit people. So it's usually like, I would love to come, but I need a favor.
Oh, I lost my shoes.
Right. And sometimes the favor is like, go fight this really hard enemy. Sometimes it's like, fight 3 of these less hard enemies.
Gotcha.
Sometimes it's
Alright.
find this item and bring it. Like,
Okay.
I need to bring her some thread. I think I already have it in my inventory. So it
Is
should.
thread in this world made from the guts of some gigantic dinosaur?
No, you pick the stuff up
Oh,
all the time.
yeah,
You can like
boring.
sell it, but for the most part, I just hang on to it either to get more Higgledees or to give to these people. Yes,
Gotcha.
my active quest. Okay, here we go. I have the stuff.
Yes.
Live in my town. Yes.
Like the lady watching is really staring her down. What you gonna do? She gonna go?
So this is not the most exciting side quest, but some of them are that simple. Some of them are a little more involved.
So she's joined your town?
Yes. So now I will show that a little later on. but I can use her to kind of work in my town.
This is not in Ni no Kuni 1, right? The city
No.
building?
This is new to this game.
Yeah, I don't remember any of that stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Great. All right, back to the library. Where are we going?
And your overall, from where you are now, your overall goal is to build your kingdom. And you're doing that by recruiting citizens?
There's like a mix of that. It's like
there
I
we
want to
go.
build my kingdom. There's also a sort of
Silence in the library.
sub-story. Here, I'll let you hear some of the voice acting.
We'll have no rubberneckers here. You'll need the proper accreditation before I let you touch my bookie wookies. Yeah?
Kicked in the bookie wookie.
I'm not sure what rubberneckers means in that context.
In a library?
Yeah,
Like maybe just sightseers would have been the
I
way to
guess,
go?
yeah.
Anyway, there is like a sub-story of like, oh, is somebody attacking all the other kings too? Like,
Oh,
why
okay.
is this
A
happening? It's
darkness,
like
say
a bigger thing as well as this kind of
Okay.
small, just trying to become a king.
Why do you need to look at books?
So we can study to be more kingly.
Oh.
I think is what it was. Something similar along the lines. We had like a team meeting basically,
Uh-huh.
and then now I have to go to a library.
I wouldn't trust this king.
Why? Everyone
I don't
loves
know.
Evan.
Yeah,
He's
apparently.
earnest.
I don't trust children in general.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, anybody who's trying too hard is wearing a cape.
Yeah.
How's the music?
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like spectacular, but it's good. I have no issues.
Presentation-wise, you say it's, everything so far is pretty much what you'd expect from Ni no Kuni?
Yes.
Oh! I think she might be hitting on somebody.
I'm a king. How dare you?
I think he must have been hitting on the
Okay,
other
so I have
one.
to help her with her first errand. Sometimes they'll also do this, which I find a little bit annoying, where it's like, oh, I just had a cutscene. Let me leave to then re-enter a cutscene.
Right. I guess the premise there is if you wanted to go do something else
Right,
before doing those
sure.
things, you could, but I can see how that would be like weird pacing.
I like your Kingmaker, though.
I know. I love him.
What the flip?
Well, I'm sorry?
That's him. That's my kingmaker.
Oh, yeah? So was the other guy in Ni no Kuni a Kingmaker? Your little buddy?
I don't think so, no.
Crikey!
He's great. I love him.
Does he get a lot of spoken?
Sometimes he'll get
Okay.
like a lot of little like sort of like that, like, you kidding me, ma? kind
Okay.
of thing. That was a terrible accent, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I see what you're going for. He's very happy.
Yeah,
I
he always
think.
looks exactly like that.
He's permanently stoked.
Yeah, and other people's kingmakers are like huge, like dragon type things.
You've got
So
this
it's
cute
kind of,
little
we have
one.
a quaint little guy. It was actually fun. I did this whole like puzzle solving thing to get my kingmaker. I had to like go through this trials,
Okay.
which is fun.
All right.
All right, let's go find Lily.
So far, you're liking it, right?
Yeah, totally. I really enjoyed it a lot. I think the combat is much more fun.
Backwards.
Uh,
Got it.
I don't know. I'll show some of the other stuff. They definitely added a lot to the game as far as different kind of things to do other than just like collect your familiars, which I feel like was so much of the last game. Like there's a lot of like, here I'm going to manage my kingdom, and I'm also going to do these skirmishes, which I'll show a little later on as well. And that's always pretty fun.
Wait, when did she tell you about you? Because she was just back over there, and now you're over here. Did you have a Wait, did you...
They emailed,
All
they
right.
texted.
There's something like very anxious about this music right now.
Yeah. It's just going to keep playing the whole time.
I mean, this is just the overworld theme for this town,
Yeah,
right?
I think so, yes. And this town was like, there's like a big gambling ring that we kind of got to the bottom of. There's like a whole other subplot
Yeah,
there.
there's something a little seedier about this music
Yeah.
than maybe you just
Yes.
visiting the library.
Yes, totally. This is a big gambling town. They decided everything with gambling, even like, hey, are you guilty or not guilty? Let's roll the dice.
Oh, that's tough.
Yes.
Oh,
So we got to prove ourselves.
Lofty really just can't believe it.
He's just one of those people like only has like 2 reaction modes. It's just extreme reaction and no reaction.
I do
Yes,
like that he
exactly.
distinguishes between what the flip and what the like. No, what I really mean is what the fuck. That's where I was going with that one.
I'm standing next to a child, but
I'm gonna hold my tongue.
And that child is royalty, thank you.
okay, great. So we gotta fight these skeleton guys, skeleplasms.
I like the knights with the fox faces.
Yeah. So, a lot of cool looking furries. Like this is me as a furry.
Okay. Yeah, the big red hair. I can see it.
If you were gonna be a furry, what animal?
I don't know.
I think I'd be a fox or a horse.
Horse?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everyone calls me the wolf, so I probably have to stick with that.
that'd
Though
be
I would
fun.
probably pick a cat if I was going to pick something.
Can I be a reptile?
Yeah, sure. You're
okay.
a furry.
Oh, they're not fur.
Danica's furry is a liger.
No. I don't
Okay,
know.
this is what we want. Is there an animal that you identify with?
I mean, I can tell you what animal I identify you as.
What?
Yes.
Big old bear.
Yeah, Vinny, you're a
Big old
bear.
teddy bear.
Okay. I think bears are cool. I like dogs.
Dogs are cool. You'd be a good dog furry, I think.
I think you would be like one of those like Burmese mountain dogs, or like the what are the ones they always put the booze in the little barrel under their chin?
Saint Bernard?
Oh,
Saint
yeah.
Bernards. Yeah, you make a great Saint Bernard.
It's like a mutt. It's a mutt.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
fun
not a
too.
mutt.
But like a
Okay.
Saint Bernard mutt. Ugh.
Like I like the mutt in Lady and the Tramp. The Tramp.
Sure.
Just like scrappy. So those Higgledees are the Pikmin?
Yes. There's this old lady who runs like a Higgledie farm.
Higglebee. Okay.
She lives in our village now. Or Higgledie. No, I keep
Yeah.
calling them Higglebees.
Okay, but they are
Because of a
Higgledy.
podcast.
It's a
with-
really weird word.
Yeah.
Higgledy, piggledy, giggledy, boo.
Higgleby.
Higgleby. Higgledy? Higgleby.
Higgleby.
Higgledie.
No, Higgledie. It's because there's like a podcast with Tignotaro, and her thing is she's always like Tiggleby.
Oh.
Which is a different thing.
Yes. Oh, good. We got a scale. We got a dude here, so we're good.
I tell you what, you're pretty badass with that sword.
Me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's like little kid.
I know. He's great.
So do you know? Well, while you're playing, do you know like, oh, hey, sword 1, sword 2, sword 3 have these different properties that you're cycling between?
I do remember, yeah, because I know what one sword is like. This is a fire sword. This is
Okay.
good with crits, and like it doesn't affect it all that much. Aside from like, oh, I just want to use. I usually just try to be like, I want one with good zing, and then once I have like a couple with good zing, I want to use my magic stuff.
And then it's mostly each character is still. You're not going to all of a sudden have a club or something like that. It's like, oh, you have 3 swords.
Right. Yes.
You're not,
Like he can't use a spear. He can't
Okay.
use a mallet. Those are
so
only
the
for the other.
attacks are mostly the same.
Yeah. And it's not hard to like switch between characters and like get used to the way they play too.
Do you
It's usually
find
more the
yourself doing
magic. Not really. Mostly just because I like his playing style. But occasionally I will.
Has it been tough?
No, I'd say no. It's unusual that I think I've died like maybe once or twice, and that's usually because I take on one of those like really high powered guys that I told you about before.
When you say die, it's like full wipe the entire team.
Actually,
does?
it wasn't even a full wipe. It was like 2 fainted, and then I escaped from the area, which
Oh,
you do just
okay.
by like running out of it. And then there's sort of like a timer of like, can you keep running for a certain amount of time? Sort of like if you keep pushing out and like you don't get hit to like interrupt the.
Oh, that'll
animation.
if you get hit, it'll start the timer again.
I
or-
think basically, yeah.
But you were able to escape just fine.
But I wasn't an issue.
Are there hard saves? You know, like save points or
Yes, and I can show you that in a little bit.
like if you died now, would you lose all your progress?
I really haven't died yet. I'm probably like a good 14 hours in.
Oh
I
wow.
haven't died.
Okay. I mean it's a modern game, but sometimes these
Right.
games can be weird with like
Yeah.
hard
Yeah.
saving.
That is a good question. I know that there are autosave points and hard save points.
Okay.
I also think you can just save from the menu.
Oh, just out whenever you
Yeah,
want.
it's like this wasn't something they like taught me. I like accidentally discovered it. Where if I'm like
Oh,
in this
those look
menu
like-
and then
it
I
looks
hit
like
this, I can like save load.
It looked like it was saving in the corner.
Yeah,
with a little scroll.
they're autosave. So
Okay.
I think you would probably be fine even if
Okay.
you died in an encounter. It would probably just be a nuisance, or they would like put you in like a different area. Or something.
When you ran from that fight, did you drop gold or anything like that?
I don't think so. I think it was more like I used a bunch of like food items to try to be more powerful, and those are all just like wasted
Burned.
now. Yeah.
All right, what do you got to do now?
All right, I gotta go back to my village, so we'll just fast travel there. So back to my village.
Okay.
And now I'll show you some of the kind of king management stuff.
Be a king.
Yes. And I have this woman who's going to teach me this like bridge spell, but I need to put her in the magical kind of thing.
Like real bridges, or are you building like friendship bridges?
I don't know. I got to learn the spell first and we'll find out.
It would really suck if you were just building metaphors.
A lot of the spells I've learned, which has been 2 so far, the Higgledees have taught me, and they are like, this is a spell that makes these leaves bigger so you can fly up above them, or these mushrooms bigger so you can jump on them. So it's like,
make my sword on fire.
I can just like, what?
Make my sword on fire.
Yeah, agreed. But, so this is my kingdom.
They gotta get you a crown. Like, it's just wild sitting on that throne with no crown.
I like it. I'm a humble king.
All right.
So my coffers, this is my money.
Maybe like a wood crown. It doesn't have to be anything super ostentatious.
So you get money just for sitting there. It's like
That's
a time
not how it
thing.
happens. These poor farmers are giving you their taxes. I don't know. I just sit here and money comes in.
I don't know.
Jeez,
I'm a
Abby.
little boy king. I don't know.
This money
I'm
shows
rich.
up.
And that is the story of Louis XVI.
And then stores will also give you these items. You do have to clear them out, otherwise, because there is like a maximum number you can hold.
Okay.
And these are all the citizens I have here, and these are the ones who are assigned to jobs already, and the
Gotcha.
ones I need to assign. So this is the woman I got in that side mission, and this is the woman I just got. So
What are those things underneath them? The kitchen chops, the speller's eye, made sense.
So that means like I want to put him in the kitchens. I haven't made a kitchen yet, which is why I haven't used him, but he's going to be well suited for that environment.
Oh, okay. They're their skills, basically?
Yes. So Auntie Martha, she's the Higgledie lady.
Uh-huh.
And she is in the Higgledie
Oh, she's Bruce
world.
work at the Higgledie.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. And this is useful. If you see here, so she is currently working on, you can see the little timer down thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's working on cook great Higgledees for less. So it's like cost less to, cooking them is how you like birth them basically. That's like you're making new ones.
You're cooking them up, not
Yeah.
actually cooking the physical bodies.
Okay.
Yes. So this I just finished one. So I'm going to complete the research.
Did you get to lay this town out, or they?
So these, it's not really. No.
Okay.
So basically how it works is like each little plot is like, this is designed for this building. And it's you choose which one you want to do
It's just not
first.
there until you build it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not going to assign them anything right now. So in order to upgrade my weapons, I'm finding I need a lot of silver ore, which I don't have. So
make a
I'm going to
mine?
build a mining camp.
Cool.
Build. Yes.
Who's gonna work the mining camp?
Tanny. I believe is her name.
Nice.
And she is well suited for it, so this will work out quite well. Personnel, assign. There we go. See, she's got the star. She's suitable. There we go. So this one is not one I can research at. I could level it up potentially.
So even though she's working at the thing, she can still come out with you on adventures?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yes.
She's an absentee boss.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is where I need to put that magic lady. Yes. Okay, great.
Oh, you can get a couple more in there later on?
So I don't care to do anything with the spells right
What?
now. I guess I could. I could research something.
Does it cost you anything?
It costs me, so you can see down there, the
monies.
KG is my like kingly money.
Gold, king gold.
Yeah, so it's like different from like my inventory money if I'm going to go to like a shop or something.
Oh.
But this king money is used for other stuff too, so I don't actually want to spend too much of it right now.
And do you spend, you'll gain that influence, or you'll spend that influence?
So you'll gain influence.
If you do
So
it?
if you look in the upper right hand corner,
Yeah.
I have a bunch of influence. It's still pretty small, and like all of my stuff is at D right now, just because all my stuff is so low level. I've researched very little, but I don't want to spend all my money right now because I'm going to use it a little later on, which
Gotcha.
I will show you.
Okay.
But this is my town. This is how it works. This is
New
kind of
town.
the king managing stuff.
And those spots you were running over are just empty plots?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. So if you see here, this is like, you
Gotcha.
can build barracks or whatever. You can build, what is this? Explorers Guild.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you get your overall count up? Do you have to build more barracks? It looks like you're 8 of 10 people can live here.
I think that's through expanding the coffers and leveling up your kingdom.
Okay.
But you need a bunch of like influence and money to do this.
Does that then tie into some of the story stuff?
I assume so.
Can't just like stay in here all day, right?
Right, yes. And you wouldn't want to. I think, yeah, this is like you're building the stuff so you can go and like fix your real weapons or whatever it is for the story. I'm going to return to town.
Okay.
So like I could go here now and be like, oh, I want to improve my weapons. So like, let's see what I can do with this. I can like add one to here, add one to there.
I
Or I
see.
can like make a new weapon. which is where I'll need the silver ores.
That's pretty involved.
This guy, yeah, it is.
There's a
It's
lot
good.
going on.
Yes, I'm always surprised. I feel like it keeps adding new game
Like
modes
layers and-
to it. Yes, there's
Yeah.
like a lot of stuff here.
Have you found it in your experience so far? I know you're not super duper deep, but 14 hours. I mean, I guess
That's not nothing.
These games are.
It's not. This
pretty
is like
long.
a slow build, but it's I feel in it.
Have you found that increasing your weapons is worth it, or are you finding just new weapons all the time?
I really haven't because it's like 1 point up. I'm curious if I like level up that building, if I'll get like a bigger thing.
Yeah.
It's also you can only upgrade a weapon 5 times in total.
Oh.
So I've been weary to kind of like.
Spend your money on it?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I will
Fair.
say I'm still at the point where I'm getting new weapons relatively regularly, not all the time, but often enough that it
You
doesn't.
can wait it out.
Yeah, I'm okay to wait for now.
What-
I'm not finding I'm underpowered.
Do you ever get like random things where people are attacking your kingdom? You have to defend it, or is it mostly
well,
story based?
This is I have not found that yet, but there are also these. I believe they're called skirmishes.
Okay.
So skirmish for this level 5.
What level are you?
I think I'm level 5. I will say I did this the other day and failed it.
Okay.
I'm not good at skirmishes, but I also didn't have any money, which is why I was like, I don't want to buy any more stuff in the kingdom.
Oh, is this
this
a
is where the
different
money
game mode?
works.
Okay.
Yes. So we're gonna plan a little bit here. So right now I want to bolster my forces.
How many of these can you buy?
As much as you have money for.
Which coffer does this come from?
Your
What?
KG.
This is KGs?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's just my
Okay.
overall money, my like king money.
So if you had spent money back at home, you wouldn't have
Yes.
had it for here?
Exactly,
Okay.
which is why I wanted to save it. I'm just gonna do an overall HP boost.
Okay.
Yeah.
These
cool.
are just buffs?
Yeah, pretty much. But I find it's good to have them.
Oh, yeah. It
Yeah,
seems
and
like
then I could have like a hard mode, which is like the enemy is going to be harder, but you'll get a bigger reward if you beat them.
Okay.
So I can inspect their forces. So this is just the first round. There will be more.
Easy.
Look, that's what I thought.
Easy.
There
You
will be
got
more
this.
later on, and you can see he has like a red sword there, and I think that's like a yellow something or
Are
other.
they
I'm not
weak or
sure.
strong
And
or
that's like you can see I have a red, which is like my melee sword, and then the yellow, which is like a long distance kind of thing. And that some things are more vulnerable or stronger on the other color. If that
Gotcha.
makes sense.
Like a rock, paper, scissors
Exactly. Yeah. So these are my 2 forces. I just have these 2 dudes right now. I'm assuming eventually
booty
I'll
booster.
get more. My booty booster
Uh-huh.
and my old Heave-Ho.
Oh, everything here is a sexual reference. I got it.
This is a kid's game, for God's
I
sakes.
get it. Is this a kid's game?
I don't
'Cause it
know.
seems
That guy has a
pretty
fucking
complicated. It's true.
All right.
It's whimsical in a very childlike
It's
way.
true. It's true. Okay, great. So let's mobilize forces. Yes. I want to say it again. I'm bad at this mode.
All right.
Look at these troops.
Yes, those are my troops. Those are their troops.
Logan's got a cool mask.
Gotta fucking fight them.
Oh, and small text. Jeez.
Yeah. Big TV.
All right.
We will win this.
I
What do you do?
Don't speak so soon, Evan. I don't know. Okay, here we go.
What are you controlling?
So I'm running around. They're following with me. I can like spin them around me so I can choose who goes forward or back.
I
There are
see.
also these dudes, which just were added in this one, which I think basically work as like reinforcements. So I'm going to hold square, which makes them good against any kind of enemy. But if you see in the corner there, I'm also losing the sort of gauge there. Every time
I
hold
see.
square.
Yeah, like your turbo button.
Yeah,
Your
exactly.
boost.
So I haven't figured out a much better strategy other than like face the ones that are
Oh.
more strong against this enemy as you fight.
And put the archers in the rear.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do most of the time. Great, and I'm picking up military
What?
might
Behind
up
you.
there. You can see. I need to get this dude. Okay, good. Great.
How do you?
But then I can also do. I'm a little far away, but I can also do. My guys have this. Remember the booty blaster or whatever. So I can do. I'm just gonna
Holster.
freeze these dudes, which is
Uh-huh.
only 200 military might, not too much. So freeze them, and then I should be able to fight pretty well.
Oh boy, I see. There's a timer ticking. You're good.
Yeah. Great.
All right, they got shields.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do. There's also sometimes an arrow that will tell me who is like stronger. Oh boy, I'm gonna do the bomb on this. Get him.
Oh,
Okay, I
nice.
feel like I got my own dudes.
All right.
Then I'm gonna hold circle, get some reinforcements, but you can see I
You're
used some
spending
military
some might.
Yeah.
Okay, so to reinforce, but it went back up.
No, I spent it. I mean, did it go up?
I
It,
thought
did, it went up a
Oh,
little tiny
it might have
bit.
been like you beat
At
this
the end of the
round. Here's a
round.
little bit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's get these dudes.
Okay. What are they
Oh.
hitting you with? Magics?
So that was red, which meant I was weak to them, which is why I'm putting these dudes up front. And if you can see by my little picture in the corner there,
Yeah.
it's like powering up a thing, right? So I'm gonna do another bomb.
Okay.
Can't afford to lose.
It's true.
Okay. These dudes
There's a bunch of
are
them.
tough.
Yeah. Can your backup people by your base help you?
I think they can. So I'm gonna pull back a little bit, so hopefully they'll get in on
Yeah,
this.
we've got some muskets.
Okay.
Oh, there's guys on the other side too.
Yeah, we're getting flanked.
They're kind of throwing into everything at you.
Boy, that
Yeah.
really escalated quickly.
I'm telling you, this one's not as easy as it looks. And I don't want them to get my base, which I think they are currently doing. So let's get these dudes.
I didn't realize they were protecting the home.
I think so. So that red arrow means I'm like weak to these dudes, so I really need to flip it around.
So the sword people are weak to the magic?
I believe so. So I'm zipping it around so we can get the archers in on it.
All right, 30 more seconds. I mean, it's actually seems like kind of a long time that they're wailing on you. Why don't you
Yeah.
charge into those arrow guys? Those the arrow people back there. Can you just charge them with your sword people?
If only it were that easy. Okay, so I'm gonna pull back a little bit. Let's see where I'm at.
It generally looks like you're fighting minions.
Yeah.
Afford to lose.
Okay, getting some more dudes.
Quick, help the
Okay. I
Kuni.
don't know what.
Oh, they got your base, huh?
They got one of them.
Okay, I'm trying.
Yeah, you still have a bunch of base left.
Yeah. I think I can rebuild it. Oh shit! So one of my dudes just died.
Your main guys?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Booty bolster?
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
All right. So I failed it. That's a shame.
Yeah.
I'm still figuring this little mode out.
I can see how that would be a little tougher than it seems.
Yes. I think there's probably more just like strategy as far as like I need to make sure I got the right amount of money and like
Sure.
position people right, which I'm like not quite getting quite yet.
Yeah.
This isn't a thing that's so regular. It's becoming more regular now that I have a kingdom.
So you game over, but you just start before you started the skirmish?
Yeah, I think I lost those little towers basically is what. So I don't think they're going to be there for the next time, I think is the thing. I don't know. There's like some penalty for failing out of that, but that's Ni no Kuni for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I could show you, but for the most part, I think that's it.
I mean, I'm
All
sure
right.
this is a many hours long
Yes,
game.
totally.
So.
And there is like other side missions of like there are these weird doors you can go through, which is sort of just like this kind of challenge mode. Like there's a lot of smaller gameplay combat-y type stuff. But I think that's kind of the majority of it. I'm really enjoying it so far. There's some stuff in the story that I'm like, okay, where it's like too earnest or that all that stuff with the gun in the beginning I was not a huge fan of, but I also just haven't really seen it much since, which is good. But all in all, I'm really enjoying this game. I'm eager to keep playing it. And I think it's improved a lot on the first one and made it much more accessible while still having like a lot to it. Like
Still-
it doesn't feel like overly simplistic, certainly
Still
not.
PS4 exclusive?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Abby.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Abby.
Thank you.